Beyond the Map.
Far in the Arctic Ocean, beyond the borders of the ordinary world, lies a place where humans have chosen to live among ice, darkness, and extreme conditions. This is Svalbard, one of the northernmost inhabited places on Earth. A remote Arctic archipelago where mountains rise from frozen oceans, where the sun disappears for months, and where a small community has built a life at the edge of the world. In this journey, we will discover Chapter 1: The Edge of the World, a remote Arctic landscape where survival, nature, and human determination meet. Chapter 2: A town built on coal, the story of Longyearbyen, from a mining settlement to a center of Arctic research and exploration. Then Chapter 3: Living Without the Sun, how people adapt to months of polar darkness and discover the beauty of the Arctic night. To Chapter 4: Living Among Polar Bears, a place where humans share the land with one of the most powerful predators on Earth. Chapter 5: The Strangest Rules of the Northernmost Town, the unusual laws and traditions that shape everyday life in Longyearbyen. Chapter 6: The Vault that Protects Humanity's Future. Deep inside an Arctic mountain lies a hidden vault preserving the world's plant diversity. Chapter 7: Why Do They Stay? The story of people who found a home in one of the most extreme places on the planet.
Beyond the Map.
Chapter 1: The Place Where the World Ends, 78 degrees north latitude, a place where the North Pole is closer than many major cities around the world. Far away in the Arctic Ocean lies the Svalbard archipelago, a group of islands belonging to Norway. It is one of the northernmost places on Earth where people live permanently. At first glance, this land looks almost impossible for humans. There are no forests, no highways connecting cities, no endless fields or familiar landscapes, only mountains, glaciers, frozen oceans, and a silence that feels completely different from anywhere else. But despite the harsh environment, thousands of people have chosen to call this place home. The largest settlement is Longyearbyen, a small town with around 2,500 residents from many different countries. Some came here for science, some for tourism, some for work. But behind every person living here is the same question. Why would someone choose to build a life at the edge of the world? Chapter 2: A town built on coal. Longyearbyen was not always a center of science and Arctic exploration. Its story began more than 100 years ago because of coal. In 1906, American businessman John Monroe Longyear founded a coal mining settlement here. For decades, coal was the reason people came to this frozen land. Miners worked deep underground while living in one of the most extreme environments on Earth. Above them was frozen ground. Around them was the Arctic wilderness. Life was difficult, but the mines created a community where people learned how to survive together. Over time, Longyearbyen began to change. Today, it is no longer only a mining town. It has become a place of Arctic research, education, and tourism. The University Center in Svalbard brings students and scientists from around the world to study the Arctic environment. A town that was once built around coal is now helping people understand one of the most fragile places on Earth. Chapter 3: 4 months without the sun. One of the greatest challenges of living in Svalbard is the polar night. Every year, from around mid-November until the end of January, the sun disappears below the horizon. For more than 2 months, there is no direct sunlight. For people who have always lived with normal days and nights, this sounds almost impossible. But the darkness does not mean there is no beauty. During this period, the sky can come alive with the northern lights. The snow reflects the moonlight. The entire landscape transforms into something almost unreal. The people of Svalbard have learned to adapt. They spend more time together. They create traditions. They go hiking, exercise, work, and wait for the moment when the first sunlight returns. Because in a place without the sun, people learn to create their own light. Chapter 4. Living among polar bears. In Svalbard, humans are not the rulers of the land. They are visitors in a world controlled by nature. The islands are home to one of the most famous Arctic animals, the polar bear. Outside the settlements, encounters with wildlife are possible. That is why people traveling away from towns must always be prepared and respect the environment around them. This is not about living in fear. It is about understanding where you are. In many places around the world, humans have changed nature to fit their needs. But in Svalbard, people have learned something different. They have learned to live alongside nature. Here, humans are not above the Arctic. They are part of it. Chapter 5. The strangest rules of the northernmost town. Life in Longyearbyen comes with rules that may seem unusual to outsiders. One of the most surprising facts is that traditional burials are not allowed. The reason is the permafrost, the permanently frozen ground. Because bodies do not decompose normally in these conditions, people who are seriously ill are usually transported to mainland Norway. Another unusual part of life here is connected to polar bears. When leaving the settlement and traveling into the wilderness, people are strongly encouraged to carry protection because encounters with bears can happen. These rules may sound strange, but in Svalbard, they are simply part of everyday life. The environment decides how people live. Chapter 6. The Vault that Protects Humanity's Future. Hidden inside an Arctic mountain near Longyearbyen is one of the most important places on Earth, the Svalbard Global Seed Vault. Some people call it the Doomsday Vault, but its purpose is not about the end of the world. It is about protecting the future. Inside this mountain, stored at temperatures around -18 degrees Celsius, are hundreds of thousands of seed samples from countries around the world. Seeds of rice, wheat, corn, and many other crops that humans depend on. The idea is simple. If a global disaster happens, war, climate change, or a major loss of agriculture, humanity will have a backup of plant life that can help rebuild food systems. There is something almost poetic about this place. On islands where almost nothing grows naturally, humanity is protecting the diversity of plants that feed the world. At the edge of the earth, a frozen mountain is quietly preserving the future. Chapter 7. Why do they stay? Perhaps the biggest mystery of Svalbard is not the cold, not the darkness, not even the isolation. The biggest mystery is why people choose to stay. Many arrive planning to live here only for a short time, but some remain for years, because this place offers something rare: silence, freedom, a connection with nature. In a world full of noise and constant movement, Svalbard gives people a chance to experience something different. They notice the first sunrise after the polar night. They see colors in the sky that cannot be found anywhere else. They discover the importance of a small community in a huge and empty landscape. Maybe people do not come here because they want to escape the world. Maybe they come here because they want to feel the world more deeply. On a map, Svalbard may look like a few islands lost in the Arctic Ocean, a cold and distant place at the edge of civilization. But for the people who live there, it is not the end of the world. It is home, a place where humans have learned to respect nature, accept its power, and find beauty in one of the harshest environments on Earth. Because sometimes the most incredible stories are not found in crowded cities. They are found in places where most people would never dare to live. This was Beyond the Map. Stories hidden beyond the borders.
Beyond the Map.